one goat, and goat piled on this guy. But as you know, this guy is very big, and the goat, not so big. And so that guy pulled goat right off the ground. Oh! Well, goat knew the sky was very important, but not so important it was worth being taken away from the earth, and so goat let go and boom, landed on the ground.
We found a half-eaten pickled onion from which my brother promptly picked the dust and ate it. We found the desiccated remains of my pet frog that had gone missing a few months ago, but nothing that a false leg might need. We were just about to give up when my brother Richard found my treasure box. Guess what was inside the treasure? The wishbones of all those chickens. This was it. This was what those chickens wanted. We decided that what we had to do was bury that leg with the wishbones. That way it could rest in peace.
Everybody in church would say, oh, Mrs. Rose is such a saint. Mrs. Rose is such a good woman. But they didn't know what us kids knew, that she was having a love affair with felt. That woman adored felt. On the corner of her desk was a pile of felt she had picked up on clearance, tall, multicolored. And as she would teach us our felt lesson on the felt board, the flannel board, she would have us cut out the felt for the next week's lesson. Now, if you were a good kid, well-behaved, mannerly, polite, she would give you long, pointy scissors that were sharp, and she would put a stack of felt on your desk with cut-out pieces of paper, and you would line it up and cut out difficult things like lions and things. But if you were a kid that tended to be a little bit of a handful, she would give you tiny, blunt, rounded scissors that were difficult to cut with, and she would give you things to cut out like the sun. It's not very exciting, is it?
Ow! I am the viper. I am on the 4th floor. I want my mommy now. There was the sound of a heavy fist striking the door. I was in a 4th grade class last week. At this point, a kid in the back row stands up and he says, "Don't open the door." It's like when you're camping, you know, the scoutmaster says, every year for 10 years, including last year, the axe murderer of Purple Creek came back and killed 7 campers right here. Then why are we camping here? It was kind of like that. So if this really happens to you, do not open the door. I repeat, if this really happens to you, don't open the door. Call 911, all right? Got that? But we got to open the door because we got to see what happens. Just a story. He walks to the door, he opens the door in the usual proverbial manner of opening doors of scary places and haunted houses. Big door. And there, framed in the doorway, is a huge man with a long pole and a bucket and a squeegee. And he says, "I am the viper. I come to vipe your windows."